the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest planned info. So all around town radio
Show.
for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the show.
It's the Weekend Review.
It is. It's the weekend review. That's what we're doing today. Welcome to the program, everybody. Hope you're having a great day out there. And we are here with you from the All Around Town Radio Studios in beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio, on this 26th of June. 26th of June. Can you believe it? Summer's half over. It just started. Wow. How you doing? Make some comments if you're out there. Let's see. Stephen Bell joining us. I missed your live yesterday. I was busy yesterday. Steve in the house from Timestamp. We're going to talk about them. Ray Renee has joined the party from That One Party Band. Thank you for being here, Ray. Who else we got out there? Alex, my brother from another mother, Alex Hall in the house. Roger's here. Kevin McCoy from New York City. What are you doing in New York City, man? You up there selling your wares? Getting a New York... Are you going to be a New York City recording artist? I mean, you know, everybody's a Nashville recording artist, so you might as well be a New York City one. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, we're going to get started here. It is our weekend update or weekend in review, as like we like to call it. It is. It is. How about that? We just killed that music. All right. I mean,
this is Dave Wade from Cincinnati's own Deviate, and you're listening to All Around Town Radio.
Thank you, Dave Wade, for jumping in there. I don't know where you came from, but he's here. How's everybody today? It is Monday, and it's been a Monday. Has it not been a Monday? It's been a Monday. Glenn checking in on YouTube. There you are. Thank you, Glenn, for being here. Dirk Turner from Crying Out Loud in the house. I think we're going to be announcing them this weekend. I think they're playing. And Sean Cooper, what's up? From Milano's Sean Cooper. Milano's Sean Cooper. That's the Milano's on 741 in Miami Township, everybody. Live music every Wednesday. Go check it out. Hi, Gary. Happy birthday late. I know you're moving to a new location. Okay. There you go. So how you doing today, people? Did you have a good Monday or not? Somebody make some comments out there. I need to hear from you. I'm on the struggle bus with the Book of Face. They keep slowing us down in the feed, and you know they have terms for this crap. But you know, would y'all quit complaining about us? Whoever's out there, you're not going to succeed in shutting us down. If you get us shut down, if that's your goal in life, do it. I'm tired of the conflict. Every single day we deal with that stuff. Richard Lipscomb in the house. How you doing? Good to have you with us. Brian Middendorf, thank you. Dirk said long day. It was a long day today. It's going to get even longer tonight. And John Barry says Hollywood is now going to be washing windows at the Hub in Hamilton. Thank you for that, John Barry. Yes, that's late breaking news. John's about 3 weeks late on that one, but that's okay. Yes. Yes, I did get notification that we've been slowed for 10 days. And 10 days, all because of a picture somebody reported on our page that we even took off the link. But they don't care. They don't care. Somebody tagged our page in a picture that somebody out there felt, I bet her name was Karen. I guess, you know, I could call her that, but somebody who decided to complain, and you know, they only get like one complaint, then they go look at it and their computer decides whether it's fit for Facebook or not. I don't even want to get, I don't even want to get into it. So, yes, we did get several notifications that we've been slowed down, Ray. And because we also get all those fake ones from people too that say that your page is going to be shut down, blah, blah, blah. They want you to click this link. That's all BS. Don't click those links, people. That is not good. Steve Short, how are you? Thanks for being here. Gina McCann in the house. Vocal royalty, Gina McCann. How are you? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope to see you soon. Patrice is in here. Patricia, how are you? And yeah, it's real prevalent out there. And this, I'll be honest with you, the reason that they gigged us was Jim McCarthy posted a picture of two people wearing our shirts. It was Heidi and Jamie, and they had their hands on each other's buttocks. Well, apparently that's inappropriate. Now, I've seen stuff all over the Book of Faces far from that. But let's get to the weekend update. Hell with that stuff. Let's have some fun till they shut us down. What do you say? You're getting a little view of the studio board there today, too. I'll wave my hand at you. How you doing? What else we got? Kevin Cooper in the house. Hi, Bill. Thank you for being here. Great beard, Bill. So welcome to your number one source for live local music, news, bands, venues, and more, all around town radio. You know, every time you share it, it's Karen. Sharon is Karen. It is our Thursday show that you guys shared quite a bit this week. Who's playing out? Even though we were slowed down, I don't know what we would have been if we weren't on the slow boat to Facebook world. But we had 3,000 views on it. So thank you. And thanks for all being part of the hater community, all around town radio, that is. And we appreciate it a lot. And I say appreciate all the time. People keep reminding me of that. So start counting and we'll have a contest on how many times I say we appreciate you. There's Hollywood. John Barry just broke the news that you're at Hub on the page here. Hollywood, the mayor of Hamilton. He did. When the mayor's talking about you, everything's good. It is. That McCarthy guy's a bad apple. He is, Jim. I think it was your evil twin that did that one. What's up, Ditch? Could you imagine? I mean, that's how people are going to get hung up and reported. They're just looking for a reason to try to get you booted off. Yes, it is. And Hollywood says, thanks for the support, John Barry. He loves you, man. All right. I'm rolling through here. Let's get started. As that guy says that cooks food on the internet, let's get started. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials, guys. Twitter. Don't follow me on Twitter. You don't want to. I don't put anything on there. YouTube, though, we've got content on YouTube, and we're always on the Insta as well. So follow us on those. And of course, it's amazing to see how many of you like our page or like things we post. And I look and it says you're still invited or you haven't liked our page yet. It's crazy to me how that works. So we need some ideas also for Hot Topic Tuesday. If you could throw those my way, we'd appreciate those. If you have a hot topic idea for Karis and I to discuss. And by the way, we need a co-host for tomorrow. We need a special co-host to join us tomorrow. So if you would like to be a co-host on Hot Topic Tuesday and you're available at 5 p.m. tomorrow, shoot me a DM and we'll work it out. Gary's like, shut up and let's hear about who you saw this weekend. Thanks, Gary, for reminding me of what I'm here for. Yes, Glenn's saying who he saw this weekend. He saw Acoustic Blue and the Turned Up Band, and then Jim and Jack's Don't Tell Steve. How did I know you'd be at that show? Chris Vince, thanks for being here. And Melissa with the golden voice, thank you for being here as well. Melissa Knight out there, good to have you with us. And let's see what we got. We do have a topic for tomorrow already, guys. So if you're joining us, you're going to join in on what the topic's about tomorrow. So we'll reveal that in the morning. We're not doing that till tomorrow morning. Gina McCann says she saw Johnny Fink in the Intrusion. You sang with Johnny Fink in the Intrusion as well. I saw you up there. Stage crasher that you are. We love you. And Second Wind. Did you sing with them too? If they didn't invite you up to sing, they were playing foolish games. They were. Ray, send me a message so I don't miss that or don't forget about that, please. All right. Today, National Beauticians Day, Coconut Day, and Chocolate Pudding Day, just in case you want to know. This weekend for music, or this week for music for us, it was cool. Wednesday night, we started with our Name That Tune. It's not live music, but it's recorded music. 41 teams, over 370 players for 80s night. It was incredible. The costumes, there was 100 people dressed up. It was just so cool. We had so much fun with that night. All the pictures are on our page if you want to go see those. And if you're coming to Heather's this week, Wednesday, get those reservations in, standing reservations, get your numbers adjusted. It'll be a big one, 80 degrees and sunny on Wednesday, so make sure you're reserved to be there. Thursday night, I had full intentions of going to the Bell again and then ended up off. So, I'm on the struggle bus. So that's where we're at. Let's see who's checking in here. Jerry, how are you? Good afternoon. Jerry, he is the voice of bingo at Heather's every Tuesday night. The voice of bingo. I need to make you a stinger you could play down there. Yes. Hi, Butch. Thanks for being with us. And yes, Richard's throwing in shameless plugs there as well. So thank you for that. Let me talk about Friday, though. Friday night, took a little trip to Mr. Burroughs Tavern and got to see our friends from Shortest Stable. Good stuff. Absolutely great vocals out of Miss Tiffany May. Musicianship's on top of their game as well. By the way, Tiffany and Mike from Shortest Stable, they do a open mic night every Sunday from 5 to 9 down at Good Time Charlie's, if you want to check them out there as well. Or go play with them if you're a musician, want to go sit in, it'd be a great time. This is a powerhouse band. I mean, they really command the stage. They do a great job of entertaining. A lot of a variety of music, but a lot of 90s stuff. If you like 90s music, they throw a lot of that in there as well. And I will tell you that they have one of the most animated bass players in Adam Montgomery you will ever meet in your life. If you've ever watched the Red Hot Chili Peppers and seen Flea on stage, he rivals him. He's everywhere with that bass, and so cool. And we had a great time there with him. Got a chance to talk to Tiff before the show, and she's always a pleasure to talk to. And Mike and just everybody in the Shortest Stable camp is always a bunch of great people. And they were competing with a lot of things on Friday night. There is so much going on. If you look at like a Friday night in the winter compared to a Friday night in the summer and all the outdoor gigs that pop up and so many more people doing outdoor music, it's tough to fill a venue. And they did a good job of getting people in there on Friday night to Mr. Burroughs Tavern. And also, I will say that they were competing with the Reds game. Now, the Reds are on fire. I mean, that was the 12th win that night for the Reds. Reds are on fire, so boy, are everybody fans now. Last year, nobody gave a crap if the Reds were playing on the TV in a bar. Now everybody was focused on. In fact, it got to be a joke every time somebody cheered for the Reds getting another home run. Tiffany would thank everybody for cheering for them as the band because most people, unfortunately, were focused on the TVs versus the music, but it is what it is. They missed out if they weren't focused a little on Tiffany's vocals and the ability to hear a wonderful band there. And Mr. Burroughs has a wide variety of music that comes in and out of that place. And Shortest Stable, one of the favorites there. So it was a good time. And yes. And yes, I did see that on Latitudes today. That's a whole nother show in itself about how many music venues are going out of business. It's sad to hear. Sad to hear Latitudes closing their doors today. So if you're a musician and you have gigs scheduled there, you're not going to be playing them. Better rebook those dates. Steve, I guess, did not know that. Hopefully you weren't booked there. But if you were, I don't think you're going to be playing. Okay. And John Barry says Hamilton was crazy last Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Yeah, there's so much going on everywhere. It's wild. And I'm trying to read what. Better check the suspension on that Reds bandwagon. It's getting a little heavy. Yeah, the people are on it, aren't they? Who didn't care last year, but boy, they're all wearing the Reds gear and hooting the Reds. But it's great for the organization. I mean, when they can fill Great American Ballpark. They're making some great money, and they need to be able to pay the players. So that's how it works. Thank you, Butch, for that. I'll throw that in there. Hi, Derek from Marcia Brady. And yeah, Ray, there's so much going on, the competition there. That, like I said, that's a whole show in itself, really, to talk about venues closing up and venues of the past we all remember that are no longer there, that were great music venues. We should do a show on that on a Tuesday as well. So I want to give a big thanks to Mr. Burrows and Shorter Stable for Friday night. That was our weekend. So if you saw somebody play over the weekend and you did not post it on our call for that on the page, please post it in the comments here, and I'll throw it up in the comments for everybody to see. But make sure you mention the venue as well. The venues are just as important, as we see there with another one going down. That's sad because, Latitude's no longer, and many others out there who just aren't surviving and couldn't pull out of that dive, the Mayday dive that they were in during COVID. And thank goodness that some other venues prospered here lately and are doing pretty well. Glenn says Scotty Bratcher doing the jam on Wednesday at the Valley Theater. Thank you for that, Glenn. A little shameless plug there. Oh, what's Gina got to say? Yeah, it's a shame. And it's also a shame to see what happens to venues when people move on. And I see that in bands that report into us. If someone leaves the band that was our reporting party, we never hear back from them again. The band just doesn't continue to send their gigs or anything to us. And it's kind of sad. Kind of sad it is. Let's see what Kevin's got to say here, and we'll get to the rest of this list of what we did. How many venues should a band regularly book? 2 venues or 20, because sometimes they close or go in a different direction. Yeah, that's a good one, Kevin. That's good to include in that, because some bands just play the same venue over and over, and when it dries up, you've kind of burned your bridge with the other ones, I think, if you haven't played them. Or you're not even known by the other ones, I should say. Yes. Joshua said Bell and the Bear Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this past week, period. Okay. There we go. You must have been hanging out there. I know you were there Friday. I didn't get down there Friday. I had an early gig, which I'm going to talk about here in just a moment, on Saturday. Village Theater. Thank you for that, Glenn. Did it say? Oh, yeah. Valley Theater. Village Theater. Okay. I got you. Now I know what you're talking about. And, yeah. What else we got? All right. Thank you, Diana Halligan. There's a little shameless plug for Doug Hart and Noah Witherspoon. That's with an O, Witherspoon, or something like that. Not weather. All right. I say it wrong all the time. What's up, Rick Kern from Blackbone Cat, and Rick Kern solo and the Eagles Project and everything else he does to be a rock star. Thanks for joining us today. Hey, incidentally, speaking of rock stars, Wednesday's show this week at noon, you can watch it anytime. You don't have to watch it live, but at noon, I've got Dayton radio great, the B-Man, that's going to be with me. 40 years in radio in the Dayton area doing rock and roll. He's been everywhere, doing remotes from Sturgis to all across the country. He's going to join me and talk about his career in radio on Wednesday with the band this week. So that'll be so much fun. He used to be a staple at Hara Arena in Dayton when all the bands played there, like Van Halen and all of them. He was there all the time and announcing those bands on the stage and all those things. So really cool stuff. He'll be with me on Wednesday. So what do we got here? Let's see. Saturday. Let me talk about Saturday real quick. And thank you, Ray. I'll put that up there so people know. All right. Wednesday at Bishop's Quarter. There you go. And we will plug Ray Renee for Wednesday, her karaoke night at the Bell and the Bear tomorrow, right? Is it tomorrow or is it? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Yes, that's what you said about. I'm confused here. I'm looking backwards at the comments. All right, let me start out with Saturday. One of the reasons I did not make it down to Kevin McCoy at the Bell and the Bear, which I really would have loved to have done, was that I had an early gig. I had a 6:30 load in at a church called Crossroads Church in Mason. If you know where Diggs is, it's right down the street from their big, massive church and parking lot. And it's something I do twice a year with this group called Joyride. And if you haven't seen on our page, it is one of the most heartwarming events you could ever attend or be a part of. And Joyride is where they take and they limit it to 100 each ride, 100 special needs children who have the opportunity to take a 5-lap course in a car like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari and Maserati. Oh my gosh, and then a ton of Corvettes in it that are all tricked out. The value of the cars that were there that day, and I believe there was like 20 vehicles. Out of the 20 vehicles, like $4 million value. I mean, the Ferraris are worth $500,000 a piece. These kids had a chance to jump in there and ride, and they get to go a little fast on the course. There's an area where they can open it up a little bit and drive fast with them. Every car has 2 GoPros mounted in it, so the video is taken of this special needs child. All that's done into a production later that's an incredible video. Professional photographers there. There's smoke. There's a red carpet that they all arrive on with people lining the red carpet, cheering for them. It's a day for them to always remember. And the logo for this thing is Kids, Cars, and Smiles. Okay. Smiles is the biggest part of it. It's so much fun. I am so humbled to be part of that. I'm the MC for it, along with some great friends, Gary and Jason, who work production with us. We set up a massive PA and play this entire event. And I mean, from the time that we tell them to start their engines and those cars start moving, and we play Kickstart My Heart and Thunderstruck and songs like that to just get people livened up and having a great time. These kids have a ball. And I want to give a big shout out to Crossroads Church for hosting. They're wonderful hosts. They have an incredible facility there. I believe it's an old factory, and just an amazing, amazing event. And boy, do we have a good time with it. And I love watching those kids smile. We love the hugs we get from them. I go out and do a little man on the street thing where we interview the kids in their wheelchairs and such, and they have a chance to talk about the event over the PA, and they think that's fantastic as well. So really a good time. I want to thank Blair Cornell. Blair puts this on. I mean, this thing rolls in a massive production and sets up that morning, and we're set up by 9 o'clock and ready to roll, starting about a 2.5 hour setup to get everything up and running. And then it's over by about 11:30, torn down and out of there by 12:30. I mean, it's a good morning. Next one is August 5th, Crossroads Church in Mason. If you guys want to attend, the more public that shows up, the better it is for the kids. So put that on your calendar if you can, and you can be up in that area. That'd be a good time for you. I'm looking here at some of the comments. Thank you, Doug. Yeah, it was great. It was wonderful. Hey, Eric, thank you for being here. Mike, it is a very cool and rewarding event. And, you know, the parents and those children, they struggle every day with just everyday life. And this takes them away from that for one day. And there was a little speech before as they got everybody pumped up to work it. And Blair said, you know, statistics say you remember 10 days from the previous year that really stick into your mind. And we want to make that one that these kids remember forever and ever. And I think that's a cool thing to go into it with that kind of attitude. Oh, let's see. Hi, Bob. Yes. Good to see you. And Bill, I'm going to throw that in there for everybody to see what you did over the weekend. Again, if you saw some people play over the weekend, drop it in there if you can. And we'd love to hear from you. I want to talk about our Saturday night, though. Several things we did on Saturday night. Had an opportunity to hit up Heather's for about an hour at the beginning of the show. I caught the first set of Timestamp. And those guys, as always, brought the crowd to Heather's and had them up and dancing and having fun. Such a great variety of music from a Cincinnati-based band, Timestamp. Everything that you can even add a trumpet player to, because Steve's doing that sometimes in those songs. And just a fantastic crowd there. Place was full, enjoyable. I wish I could have stayed longer. I had other obligations that night, but I always enjoy Timestamp. And they always play the Christmas in Springboro event there as well, when it's so cold that you can't even feel your hands sometimes in those tents outside. But Heather's holds about 400 people, and you know, Timestamp was packing it out. So if you haven't checked out Timestamp, look up All Around Town Radio and Timestamp, and you'll see that a few weeks ago we did a live Wednesday with the band with them, and you can watch that and learn more about Timestamp. And they were from the Airman's Bar, Steve's Airman's Bar, and that was kind of fun as we interviewed them. Let me see what Chris Reese has to say here, and I'll get back to Timestamp for just a minute. Yes, there you go. Had some musicians come out and support that band last Saturday. Thank you for that, musicians. And Chris Reese, hope you had a great show. Steve Krakus. See, got it right again, Steve. Those kids do love every minute of it. They talk about it, and they're ready for the next one. And again, they can only take 100 kids because of the time limits and, the vehicles and all that. But, I will say, I mean, I love that it's for these kids. I'm a little jealous that I can't ride in those Ferraris or the Lamborghinis. I mean, they're beautiful cars, and they go fast. They do. And everybody's a little jealous that's watching, but it's all about the kids, and it's all about taking them away from their lives for just a few hours and giving them some enjoyment and some fun. And that's what it was all about. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you. And let me talk a little more about Timestamp. One thing I like about this band a whole lot, first of all, they're polished. They do a pro job, and they know what they're going to do, but they also occasionally can call an audible and see what the crowd's doing and work the crowd. And I like that about them as well. And it's a high energy show. It's a show that people get up and start dancing, and they keep that dance floor packed, but they also know how to bring it down a little bit so people go get a drink and take care of the venue they're in. And I think that's all really professional musicianship when you can do that and work the room in that kind of manner. So hats off to the guys from Timestamp. It was great to see you, even if it was for just an hour. And Mike saw a guy carrying a car bumper around. Wow. I guess there's a first for everything, isn't there? Bill says Timestamp's a great band. Had a lot of people commenting to me at Heather's that they thought they were a great band, people that are regulars there. So that's good to hear. Hello, Jimmy Kilroy. And Steve said things got crazy second and third set. Of course it did after I left, right? And yes. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Steve, for those comments. Hello, Jill. Thank you for being here. And who else we got? A lady crocheting in your crowd Friday. Well, it's the 80s, Mike. It's the 80s. And Mike, I really loved wearing your shirt on our 80s night last week. That was fun. All kinds of people asking me, saying, why is your logo upside down? I said, read it. And they'd read it and say, oh, okay, I got it. The whammies. So I said, look them up. But people were saying I had screen printed it wrong or something. Like I did it in my living room. Thank you, Tim Evans. Thank you. And Carrie, I'm trying to get to all the comments here real quick, guys. And then I got a couple more things I want to say, and then we'll get out of here. Ray's been known to do needlepoint and cross stitch at bars. Really, Ray? Come on. You're more of a partier than that. You are. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, it was good to see you. What I got to see, I didn't even get to talk to the guys from Timestamp. I had to leave and do another gig. And then we ended up over at some friends of ours' place. We talk about it on every Thursday show, Soft Rock Cafe in Centerville, the area's longest running karaoke bar in the tri-state, 17 years. Made an appearance, sang one song and left. No, we had a good time there. Lots of good people in that place. And incidentally, if you're into golfing or any of that, Soft Rock has the Roger Gordon Memorial Golf Outing coming up, and they're looking for some door prizes and hole sponsors. You can find the Soft Rock page on the Book of Face, Soft Rock Cafe, and you can help Nicole out with that one. We sponsor a hole every year from All Around Town Radio to make sure that golf outing goes off well and they raise good money. And let me see who else is here. Carrie is here. He can confirm all of what happens in the crowd at the Whammies. I want to see pictures of that. I want to see pictures of the bumper. I do. Yeah, we just had that on, Mike, just a few minutes ago. Also, somebody brought that up. And I do want to mention our Richard, who's out there watching. I think if Richard's still here, he did sound on Saturday night for Timestamp. Did a great job. The sound sounded marvelous. It wasn't too loud. People could still have a conversation, yet you could hear the band very well. And that's what it's all about, especially when you're in that outdoor type setting like that, because a lot of people want to visit some and that. So I got to give him props for doing that. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget him. And it was good to see you as well down there at Heather's for the short time I got to be in there. So that's really our weekend, guys. I did Sunday. We're building a gazebo on our patio. So that's been my business. It's done. Moving furniture in after the show tonight, and we're done. Patio furniture finally getting back on the patio. So not that you care, but that's what's been going on with me. And there you go, Steve. Thanks for that shout out. And yes. And Diana's going to ditch the camera and doing live sketches of the musicians. There you go. I know somebody that does that, actually. Sarah Denny. She does that at a lot of events. She was at Springfest this year, set up, and people were actually buying her artwork that she was doing right there on site. She was painting. It was fun. It was. All right, I got to get out of here. Let me talk about a couple things real quick if I can, guys, and please indulge me here if you will. I want to give you our lineup for the week tomorrow, Hot Topic Tuesday. Message us, DM us if you're interested in being a co-host tomorrow. Karis and I need a co-host with us. And also, if you can, support that show a little bit and watch it. It's a lot of fun. We always talk about something that may be a little edgy in music locally. And I think some of the topic headings that you guys threw at us today were good ideas. We'll try to get those in the list to bring to you in the next few weeks. And Mike said there may have been some nudity Saturday as well. Wow. Okay. I hope it doesn't take me back to like the stadium tour when I think Tommy Lee came out and asked everyone to show them their you-know-whats. And some lady did, and the camera swung to it, and she should have kept her clothes on. That's all I got to say about that. All right, so Tuesday, Hot Topic Tuesday. I'm at Mr. Burroughs Tuesday night with trivia, Q&A trivia. Wednesday, B-Man from 104.7 WTE, formerly. He's been a staple in the Dayton, Ohio area for 40 years of radio. He's going to have some great stories to share. He's a good storyteller, so make sure you join us on Wednesday or watch after the fact, if you will. And then Thursday show, Who's Playing Out? Brought to you by Froggies in Monroe, Ohio every week. Get those gigs in, musicians. Get them to us. Please get them to us. And quit sending me the damn event links. I can't copy it into my program. You're making me have to do a lot of work. Thank you. Yes, Jill was married in her mom's backyard. Oh, that's sweet. We love Sheila too. We do. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here today. That's all we got for you on a Monday. And again, if you're watching after the fact and you did not post on our page who you saw play over the weekend, give them a shout out. Tag the band, tag the venue, do all that stuff. We'd appreciate it a whole lot. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate you. Ray Renee, thank you so much. I'll see you soon. And guys, remember, get out and support live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you. Thanks for watching today. I'm Scott, your host. I'll be back with you tomorrow live at 5 with Hot Topic Tuesday. Thanks, Melissa. More Than Zero, guys. Follow him. More Than Zero. The Whammies, thank you. Kerry and his photography. Follow him. Good pictures lately, Kerry. I miss seeing you, though. I do. Yes. All right. Follow us on YouTube, Haul Around Town, Instagram at Haul Around Town Radio. Share the show if you can. We'd appreciate that as well. Anytime you share. Yes. See y'all. Bye-bye. Have a good